Cobra Kai, hit me.
Is fucking brilliant. It's really, really good.
Well,
it's really
Karate
good.
Kid's really good. So
Yes.
if it's similar to that, then I would have to agree that it is good.
It's
Even
similar.
though I haven't seen it.
But different. It's very different because it's not as corny. It's like Cobra Kai is corny and has corny moments because the first movie is just a big fat corn fest. It's corny as fuck movie.
But it's mad.
Brilliant. Great for its time. Still great. And the Jackie Chan one with Will Smith's son is also
I haven't
really
seen that
good.
One. I haven't seen it.
That's a top line movie. I would say Karate Kid 1 is better, but not by much.
I really like Karate Kid 2 as well.
So do I.
Karate Kid 3
number 2 in Japan.
Average. Yeah.
Yeah.
Karate Kid 3, I don't know. What happens in Karate Kid 3 again?
Karate Kid 3 is where Daniel's son turns evil.
Yeah, right.
He joins Cobra Kai and turns evil, and then
I can't remember seeing that. I reckon I would have seen it when I was really young, and I would have just been like, I don't know.
And number 3 is so what's the word where you can't remember things? Unmemorable.
Yeah.
Because in Cobra Kai, the TV series, halfway through season 2, I won't give anything away, but he tells people about how he joined Cobra Kai for a little while. Yeah. He says this in season 2. And I'm like, did he? No, he didn't. And then they had all this, because they flashed back to the old footage of
really?
the original movies. Yeah. Only the small, just to tell you what's happening sometimes. And they flashed back to old footage of him in Cobra Kai. And Julia was like, did they have that footage like just on standby?
Yeah.
I'm like, no. And I'm like, oh, it's not from number 3. Completely forgettable. Can't even remember it.
Whereas, did you watch it again?
Number 3?
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Nah. Number 2 I did. Number 2 was on TV not too long ago.
Yeah, number 2 is really good.
Yeah. But the show is brilliant because it takes the world and itself really seriously. Like this is a serious story. Like it's jokey and silly and some things that would just never happen. Things that just would never happen. Like a guy uses karate in school to beat up 15 people. Like, no, what do you mean? You can't beat 15 people.
Yeah.
But it takes it seriously. Like, I won't spoil it, but it's like, Johnny is like, he's got a drinking problem. Like, he's an alcoholic, he's pathetic. Daniel's son is sort of more successful. And shit happens in the movie. It's like serious in the show, and it's like serious shit happens, and there's repercussions for some of these decisions, and it's really good, and it takes it seriously, and really it's a story about how boys need good men around them, to become good people later on in life.
Because that's the thing.
It's a story
with the first one.
Fucking having dads, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, the first one is obviously he lives with his mum by himself, and then he finds the karate teacher who becomes
Mr.
his
Miyagi.
father. Yeah, his father figure.
Who becomes his father figure. And it's the exact same in this. It's flipped a few times.
So is Daniel the father figure to someone in it?
Yep.
Okay.
And but that's obvious. So that's obvious. But it's like but it's interesting who that boy that he's the father figure to. Who's that boy?
Yeah, right.
And Johnny is a pathetic loser. He becomes a father figure as well, just this other loser kid.
Right.
It's really, really good. And they took it seriously and they did it well. And the characters are also not morons.
Yeah.
You know how you watch a show and there's just a stupid misunderstanding, like a dumb like the misunderstandings here, and now we have the conflict.
Yeah,
It's like, but just
talk about it. Just talk about it for another 5 minutes and you'll figure out how dumb it is. Not just like, the thing that annoys me in shows like that is when they have an argument and walk away. It's like, why are you walking away? Like,
why did you go there? Fight him or something, or they have a yelling match. Like, why did you go there to then walk away for dramatic effect? It's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
There's a scene in the first season where someone does something to Johnny's car, and he goes to Daniel.
Reminiscent of the first episode, first movie, when they
fucks up whose car?
When they fight through the car, remember? Breaks the glass and gets glass all over his arm and shit.
That's the start of the second movie.
Is it? Okay, yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah. And Johnny goes to Daniel's house and they're going to fight because he's like, you fucked my car, rah, rah. And then Daniel's wife comes out and is like, okay, you two are like 52 years old. What are you going to do, fight?
Yeah.
Get inside, I'll make you breakfast and we can talk about this.
Yeah.
And so Eva comes inside, has breakfast, and then sort of they still don't like each other, but they at least come to a resolution of what happened there. It's really, really good. They did such a good job. I think they're stretching it out. I think season 3 is being made, or it's getting made, or it's coming out, or something.
It doesn't need to.
I don't know, because I haven't finished season 2 yet. Because even season 2, which is actually really good as well, you can feel it's like they're just chugging a lot. Like they just get more coal. It's like we haven't got much coal left. It's like, just come on,
chuck whatever into the storyline. We'll figure it out later.
We'll keep chugging along. The issue that it's got is it's got go.
No, I was just going to say, in shows when they put in this storyline, and I feel like when they put it in, they know it'll only last 2 episodes. They're like, we've just got to get something. We've just got to put something in there. It can be for the side characters. We don't have to worry about them, but we just need it to fill up 13 episodes or whatever.
The biggest complaint I've got of this show would sort of be that they don't know who the main character of the show is.
Right. Yeah.
Which
so it's an ensemble thing.
Kind of, yeah. But I think shows and movies generally need a main character. This is the person you're with.
Yeah.
I think. I can't think of another... I can't think of something where there's several main characters, except... Well, I mean, Philly, I guess, but...
Yeah.
Because Seinfeld, it's Jerry. Like, he's the boss.
Yeah.
You're with him.
Yeah.
He's the straight guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, whereas in this show, it starts off with the sort of the poor, nerdy loser. He's not Mexican. He's like Colombian or something. He's the main character. He's the Daniel son of the show. And then Johnny is kind of like a different take on the Mr. Miyagi. So everything's, we get what's happening. It's cool. Daniel LaRusso, well, he's not the bad guy. So he's not the bad guy. And then the kid he's looking after, who just pops out of nowhere, is now sort of the main character as well, because the other story is resolved. It's just weird that there's too many main characters. But in saying that, what I do enjoy about the show so far is that, and it's nothing like Game of Thrones when Game of Thrones was good, but when Game of Thrones was good, there was sort of no bad guy in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Cersei and that they were sort of seen as bad, but then
they were still doing their own thing to try and exist and not get killed and stuff.
Like I mean, there's the famous scene in why Game of Thrones was brilliant, because in season 1, Jamie Lannister is just the bad guy. And then in season 3, when he's got his hand chopped off and he's in the baths with Brienne, he tells her, he's like, I fucking saved everybody. And then Ned Stark's going to look at me like that and say that I'm just trying to usurp the throne. I just saved you and you treat me like this. And that's why he's a bit of a jaded asshole, because you've been told to protect him.
Yeah.
He tried, but he's like...
And the rules... Hated him.
Yeah, and the rules are muddling him up because he's being told you serve your king, but you protect your father. What if my father's trying to kill the king? What the fuck do I do there? Yeah. So, brilliant. And in Cobra Kai, it's really good because they're actually, except this one character who I hope they're not making him the ultimate bad guy. But even then...
Let's not get too deep in because I haven't seen it. So you
should.